How can agents spark competitive interest during an auction process? This could happen either actually prior to the auction or on the auction day itself. Now, what you don't want to do is go around on auction day and whisper in one person's ear and then go and whisper in another person's ear, and both buyers are looking at each other thinking, well, is he my best friend or their best friend? That is low integrity in my opinion, and that's very 1980s stuff. What you want to do as an auctioneer and as an agent is be very open and transparent. Sure, sometimes you might have to pull a buyer aside who's a bit less experienced in the auction process and talk them through how it works, but there's no need to whisper it. It can be talked about in open. Now, if it's prior to auction, the way to spark competitive interest and in order to achieve the premium price for the owner is to be transparent. So transparency is absolute key. So whether that means the buyers are making a bid and there's a deadline, that way the only reason one buyer will miss out on a property is because they just didn't have the budget to reach that. So they won't be upset, they won't be disgruntled, they won't complain to your sales manager. And this is an area where I find, especially in a leadership position, where there is a lot of issues. And this is an area where it's very unnecessary in my opinion. And usually it's because of a lack of communication and a lack of transparency. So in my opinion, when you're negotiating, when you're running an auction campaign, and when you're selling it prior or on the auction, double down on communication with your buyers and seller, and double down on transparency with your buyers and your seller.